Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gorachandraya Radhikaye Tadaraye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Reading from Vedanta Sutra today, we're going to see the special contribution of Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushana in his Govinda Bhashya, specifically in the third chapter, which is devoted to sadhana. The first chapter of Vedanta, there are 4 chapters. The first chapter is dedicated to Samanvaya, that is all the different link between Veda, how they all teach Brahman. And second chapter is Aviroda, how all the other conclusion in different philosophy cannot lead to Brahman. And third chapter is Sadhana. And fourth chapter is called Phala, which means the fruit, which is liberation. So sadhana, there are many different paths that are given according to the different Bhashyakara, those who are commenting the Vedanta Sutra, Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarkacharya, and Baladeva Vidyabhushana is the last commentary known of Vedanta Sutra. And on the third part of the third chapter, because every chapter is divided into 4 parts called Pada, on the third part of the third chapter, then the different upasana or meditation are described. So Baladeva Vidyabhushana is now going to the details of Karmakanda section, like the other Bhashyakara, who are describing the Om with the Udgita or the different sacrifices, something that may be a little bit complicated because we are not accustomed to this. So Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushana, his special contribution is that it is very different presentation. And he explained how those upasana, those meditation, are based on the guna, the qualities of the Lord, and how some of those gunas can be combined together and some others cannot be combined together, because this is another subject matter of this part of the chapter. Upasamhara, how to combine qualities. So there are different branches of the Veda. If you are a Brahmana, you have a specific gotra, which means the lineage. You go back to a specific sage, and that sage is linked to a specific Veda. For example, Gautama is one of those big rishi that can be found in a specific, they are called Shaka, or branch of the Veda. And you study that specific branch, the Rig Veda from Gautama, and you study all the mantras and everything that is pertaining to that sage. And if you belong to a different sage, then you study that branch. And this is usually how it is done. If you have studied the 4 Vedas, Rik, Yajur, Atharva, Samaveda, you are called Chaturvedi. But very rarely do you find someone who has actually studied all the Vedas. But Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushana, like Madhvacharya, is saying that a real Brahmana should study the entire Veda, including the confidential portion, Upanishads, and not confine himself to the study of one branch. The first sutra in this part of the chapter is called Sarva Vedanta. All the Veda should be studied. And why is he saying this? Like Madhvacharya, because Vishnu is the object of all the Veda. Is a sole topic to be found in the Veda, Itihasa, Puranas, and Tantras, and different other books. So this is the main subject, Vishaya, of this chapter. How to meditate on the Lord. Now comes the doubts, because this is the methodology of Vedanta. First Vishaya, then Samshaya, which is the doubt. First the subject matter is given, then the doubt. Then there's Purva Paksha, which is the first answer, which is always wrong. And then Siddhanta, which established the truth. And then Sangati, how you can, this is methodology. So the doubt is, but the Lord has many qualities. How can you combine all of the qualities of the Lord given in the Veda? And should we combine all of them? So Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushana is quoting specific works which are read by Vaishnav, Gaudiya Vaishnav. So he says in the Gopal Tapani Upanishad, he's quoting often from Gopal Tapani Upanishad and Brahma Samhita. So Gopal Tapani Upanishad, the Lord is described with Gunjamala and the peacock feather and the flute and blue complexion, and this is the Krishna in Vrindavan. But if we read the Rama Tapani Upanishad, the Lord is described green color, and he's in the company of monkeys, and he's in the company of Janaka Devi, who is Sita, and he's conquering Sri Lanka. And if you read Nrishinga Tapani Upanishad, then the Lord is described half man, half lion, very ferocious, tearing down the demon Hiranyakashipu and chasing away all the demons. And so, therefore, and then also in the Rig Veda, the Lord Vishnu is described as Tribikram. He is making 3 steps, conquering the world as Bamanadev. So, how can we combine the qualities that we found in those different scriptures? So the Siddhanta Sutra, in the 6th Sutra of the 3rd chapter, 3rd part, is saying that when the object of meditation is the same, when the Lord form is the same, you can combine attributes. But when it's not, you should not. For example, if you read the description of the Nrishingadev, in Nrishinga Tapani Upanishad, in the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, in Nrishinga Purana, if you find different description of Nrishingadev, you can combine the attributes, you can combine also the pastimes. If they are not really similar, you can reconcile, because it describes the same form. Same about Ramachandra, what you find in Valmiki Ramayana, what you find in Rama Tapani Upanishad, or different other scriptures speaking about Ram. You can combine together. And Krishna, same, different Puranas, Haribamsha, Vishnu Purana, Brahma Vivarta Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam. You can combine those because they are the same. But you should not put the qualities of Nrishinga on Krishna. Like he's not like ferocious lion. He can assume for play, but he doesn't have the same qualities. And the same thing, you cannot put a flute on Nrishingadev. That's why sometimes when you see those pictures, Jagannath in the form of Nrishingadev or in the form of Krishna, this is speculation. You should not combine those attributes. They don't belong to the same. Kurumadev, Bamanadev, they are all different manifestation of the Lord. So you can present them combined when you're speaking about Vishnu. This is what Akrura is doing. Akrura, when he's taking away Ram and Krishna away from Vrindavan, he's stopping at the border of Vrindavan, and then there's Mathura, and he's going to take a bath, and he's seeing Balaram and Krishna in the water as Anantashesh and Mahavishnu. And he's starting giving prayers describing you are Nrishinga, you are Bamanadev, you are Ram, you are Krishna, because he's in the mood of worshipping Vishnu. So Vishnu can include all of those different qualities. But Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushana is pointing out something very important for our meditation. Next sutra, he's telling that the devotee should be ekanti, one-pointed. That even if he knows all the different qualities of Vishnu in the different Puranas, even if he has read the entire Veda, he's not going to combine and he's not going to meditate on everyone at the same time. He's going to be ekantik on one form of Bhagavan, be it Krishna or Ram or Nrishinga. Never mind, that is his Ishtadev. He makes connection with one specific form of Bhagavan and meditates on that specific form. Ekantik Bhakta you can find in Maharaj Ambarish. In a Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that he used his mind to think of Krishna. He used his words to describe Krishna's beauty and pastimes, his hands for serving in the temple, his feet in going to the temple, his eyes in seeing the deity of Krishna, his sense of touching the devotees of Krishna, his tongue to taste the Mahaprasad offered to Krishna, his head to bow down in front of the Murti, his desires to satisfy all of the desires of the Lord, and he's completely one-pointed with Krishna. So the ekantic devotee doesn't meditate on all the Lord's quality in his different avatars. Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushana is making this distinction between what he called a Svanishta devotee and Ekanti Bhakta. A Svanishta is equivalent to Kanishta. Someone with faith is not very strong. He can meditate on Ram, on Rishinga, on Jagannath, on Virat Rupa, on Hiranyagarbha, Mahavishnu, never mind. Because he should train his mind to become faithful to Vishnu. Vaishnav means a devotee of Vishnu. So first of all, this is most important. He can meditate on different aspects instead of having his mind going here and there. Sometime Ram, sometime Krishna, sometime Jagannath. This is called Svanishta devotee. But Ekanti, he meditates only on one aspect of Bhagavan. And in the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, this is not Gaudiya Mat. Some people make mistake. Gaudiya Mat means the mission established by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada. Gaudiya Vaishnavism means all of the devotees who are following Mahaprabhu, which means Gaudiya Mat, of course, but ISKCON, everybody who is actually following Mahaprabhu. In the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, the deities on whom we meditate is Radha Krishna, and Radha Krishna in Vrindavan. Not Krishna in Dwaraka and Mathura, Krishna in Vrindavan with Radha. So this is the meditation. And not only do they meditate, the devotees in that line, not only they meditate only on Radha Krishna, they also choose a specific age of Krishna. Krishna in Vrindavan has different age. He's called a baby, Komara, up to 5 years old. Then a young boy, Puganda, after 5. And then youth Keshora. So those who love Krishna as a baby up to 5 years old, they are usually in Vatsalya Rasa. Those who choose Krishna as Puganda, who goes herding the cows, they are Gopa, they are in this Rasa, Sakya Rasa. And those who love Krishna in Keshora age until he leaves Vrindavan, they are in Madhurya, Gopis. So Krishna is a specific meditation. It's not Krishna in Mahabharata, not Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, not Krishna in Dwaraka, but Krishna in Vrindavan with Radha specifically. But it can be also Vatsalya. But see, if you are in the mood of Madhurya, you will not meditate on all those different pastimes. Once it is fixed, it is fixed. And Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushana introduced this in one sutra. He established ruci-bhakti. He is saying there are two kinds of bhakti. Vedi bhakti means to follow the rules and regulation and to use your logic and reasoning. But ruci-bhakti is based on taste. Ruci-bhakti is actually Raganuga bhakti. Raga means a specific kind of love. And this love means to follow anuga, those who have this raga. They are tadatmik with Krishna, with a specific rasa. So Yashoda, she's tadatmik with Krishna in Vatsalya rasa. So that's called ragatmika bhakti. And those who have the same mood, they are attracted by this Vatsalya ras, there will be Raganuga. They will follow those devotees who are serving Krishna in this way. Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushana is introducing this specific idea in Vedanta Sutra. So this is very, very specific. He doesn't go into all the details because the details are given by Srila Rupa Goswami. And the sutra are not giving hope for grand exposition of this specific meditation. But this is the goal of Vedanta, Gaudiya Vedanta line, to meditate on Krishna in a specific rasa. So this is his special contribution. There's more to say, of course, but we're going to end here for today. Thank you very much. Banchakalpa tarubhyacha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitaram pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah.